Alright, what the fuck is up everyone? Welcome in. This is my first video. I just had to record a video and organize my thoughts because I had an epiphany that made me about shit myself and I've been fucking just gears turning, stressing about this. Alright, so I'm sure all of you are aware of the AI billionaires creating all these horrors beyond comprehension that are getting shoved down our throats. I'm sure I don't need to go that far into it. I mean, look at the flaw cameras, the data centers, the fact that no one wants them and they're forcing it on you anyways. Just everything that's going on in the world. I mean, like the Epstein files, it's all culminating into this epiphany that I've had. And that is that Stroggification might be an inevitable thing in the future, if not the far future, then maybe even the near future. But it's freaking me the fuck out. All right. So for some context, a few days ago I was watching a music video by Cat Soup. If you don't know who Team Sesh Cat Soup is, you're sleeping. Bro's a amazing fucking artist. But anyways, the song is called Desolation Glitch, and a lot of his stuff is themed in like cybernetic AI horrors, and I scrolled down to the comments, and there was a comment that mentioned Stroggification, and a light bulb went off in my brain, and I just kind of fucking, I don't even know, man. I had an epiphany of a lifetime, because I forgot what Stroggification even was, and I'm gonna explain what that is here. So, Stroggification is a fictional, brutal cybernetic process from the Quake video game series. The hostile alien race known as the Strogg use it as their primary method of procreation. They forcibly convert captured prisoners, including human marines, into mindless cybernetic soldiers. The horrific multi-step process typically involves organ harvesting, amputating natural limbs, and skinning bodies to be reused with machine parts. The remaining biological material is processed into a substance called stroilant. I think that's how you say it. My bad. Used for sustenance. Cybernetic integration, fusing metal plating, mechanical weaponry, and robotic attachments onto the living victim. And the third bullet point is mind control, implanting a control chip or neurosite directly into the brain to suppress free will, linking the victim to the centralized hive mind. Now, if you guys aren't already having the epiphany that I had there, I mean, just look at everything that's going on. We already know about the Epstein files. I don't need to explain the horrors that are in there. But obviously, the powers that be are sadistic enough to do something like this to people and not really blink twice. I mean, we have Sam Altman and Peter Thiel speaking about how, like, they can't even give a straight answer about whether or not humans will survive AI or whether or not they even should. I mean, just think about that for a second, okay? The people that are creating this shit that's like smarter and fucking more powerful than us do not care if it eats us alive and takes us over. Add that into the fact that Bill Gates wants to depopulate the planet. He's already talked about that a bunch of times. But I just kind of came to the realization, all right, they're making these robots. They're already trying to suppress your thoughts and your speech and where you go and all this bullshit. But think about it. If you want to depopulate the planet and you want these AI tech robots and you already want everyone to be a mindless drone, why not? And I'm not saying that this is just going to get pushed on the general public, but like maybe let's say even if it's like death row prisoners or like soldiers that are, like maybe you sign up for the Marines and you don't see in the 9 millionth line of the fine print that they're going to put a fucking chip in your brain and make you a mindless drone. I don't know, sounds fucking crazy, but with the way everything's going, I don't think anything sounds fucking crazy at this point. But anyways, so I'm watching this video, I read this comment, and I was taken back because I used to play Quake on my aunt's boyfriend's computer when I was like 12. You know, gotta get the little fucker distracted somehow so you can go make out and do unnatural things. But yeah, it took me back because I remember playing this and going through this scene where you get strogified and you go through the conveyor belt and they fucking turn you into a mindless drone. But anyways, the memory of this came back and hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. And I went down a rabbit hole researching Stroggification. I watched a couple of YouTube videos about the process and about like the lore of the Strog and Quake and whatever. I can't remember the videos, but I'll put like one or two of them up here. And I don't know, the more I went down the rabbit hole and the more that I thought about it, the more it just makes sense. But I mean, let's just think about this with the context of today, okay? Obviously, the powers that be, and in this AI data space, and in government, and in all types of facets, they are sadistic and do not care about the little man, as they would like to refer to the common people, such as me and you. I mean, they already want to depopulate a significant chunk of the planet and replace them with AI, whether that be just programs so we don't have to pay computer nerds, or that's robots, whether. And people think that, like blue collar jobs and all this shit is safe. I really don't. You're telling me you can't train a robot to work at a warehouse, you can't make like a robot forklift, you're telling me you can't make a robot that, like, is a construction worker or like is a landscaper. You're telling me a robot can't like drive a fucking lawnmower and like operate a weed whacker? I'm sure that that's coming. I'm sure most of fucking everything is going to be replaced with AI robots at some fucking point, with just the way that shit's going. But if you want to kill everyone off and you're sadistic and have no regard for human life and you want to have all these robots, put all that stuff together, okay? Instead of depopulating them, you just round them up, you strogify them, and now you have much cheaper robots. Because think about how much resources and materials it takes to build these Tesla robots and all these horror beyond comprehension devices. And they want to make them so they can do stuff that humans can do. You know what humans can do? Human stuff. So, and I mean, like, look at things like a fucking it's called a neurocyte. All right, the chip they put in your brain is called a neurocyte. What does Elon Musk want to come out with and have you put in your brain? A chip called a Neuralink. All right, I mean, everyone's already tripping out about, oh, they want to move us all to electric cars so they can shut off your car, or they could just lock it and like make your Tesla take you to the police station. There's all kinds of theories about that. What if they can just use your fucking Neuralink to just, oh, you don't feel like coming to work today? Oh, you've been a bad boy. Well, here, we'll just make you fucking go to work. We'll make you fucking. Like, the possibilities are endless. The more that I think about this, and like at first I'm like, oh, this is just like a fucking schizo ass thing that I'm thinking. But no, like literally the more I think about it, the more it makes perfect sense. And it's fucking freaking me out, bro. Like not to sound like a pussy or like some fucking schizo, but like, don't we all sound like a schizo at this point? Doesn't like the internet and fucking reality sound schizo? Okay, and I mean, I've kept up with all of these conspiracy theories and like the New World Order and all this shit. I didn't quite believe all of it, but like I fucking glanced at some Alex Jones shit and some conspiracy videos when I was like, in like 2012 when I was in like middle school. I was going around telling people about the New World Order and all this shit. They're like, "Oh, you're fucking crazy, bro." But now like everyone just kind of understands that that's kind of a thing. I mean, anyways, let's get back on track here. But like please debate me. Please tell me I'm wrong. But the more I think about it, it just makes perfect sense. All right, you have billionaires that already wanted to populate the planet. They want to create all these robots that don't, need very much. They don't have to, they're not going to argue with you. They don't need time off and, all this fucking shit. It's obvious why they would want that. But just think about it. Robots are expensive and hard to make. They're trying to get them to do human things. They the fucking cracks are like that they suck at balance and they suck at, some different things that a human brain is already great at. So you could save a bunch of resources and a bunch of, technological advancements if you just take a human that you already want to kill off because there's too many of them, and you don't want to have an uprising against all your billions of dollars and all your horrors beyond comprehension that you're doing to, the entire fucking planet. I mean, nobody wants these fucking AI data centers. Nobody wants any of this shit, but they're forcing it on you anyways. These people are in the Epstein files doing the most gut wrenching fucking have to stare at a wall for 30 minutes after you hear about it because it's so fucked. These are the type of people that are installing all these systems and literally in control of the system itself. Like, it just makes sense. You save a bunch of money, and a bunch of, in two ways: A, building robots; B, in figuring out how to depopulate everyone. You round them up, you turn them into these fucking drones, and all the gaps that are in your actual robots will be filled by the fact that humans already move correctly, and they have good balance, and they have better problem solving skills. And like, we all see the cracks. Even if you go use ChatGPT, there's shit that's wrong that could be filled with the fact that there's a human brain. And then you take into consideration that they're already making AI models with actual living organism brain cells that are in a little petri dish, and those things are fixing a lot of those gaps because it is a real living thing. They have brain neurons in a little fucking test tube that they're using to make AI. So it's literally a living thing that is being exploited. Okay, like, I saw a video that fucking also like blew my mind a few weeks back, and it was about, like I was saying, they've made little petri dishes of brain cells. One of them is in the game Doom. So they made some little poor fucking living creature, and that living creature's reality is the game Doom, which is literally you're in hell fucking killing demons and fighting for survival. Like, think about how fucked that is for a second. And then I saw another one where they have some fully 3D rendered thing of, like, basically the brain cell AI thing thinks that it's a butterfly flying around. And for all it knows, it is a butterfly flying around. For all the other petri dish brain AI thing, whatever you call it, it thinks that it's in the game Doom and that it's the fucking Doom Slayer. Like, they're already gapping the flaws in AI with literal, like, lab grown living organisms. And then you take the fact that cloning is possible and, arguably practiced already. So maybe they'll just do it with clones. Maybe they'll just get a fucking clone of a human, put a bunch of cybernetic bullshit in it, and make it a drone. But either way, like, bro, is this not, like, insane, but also, like, very fucking realistic sounding when you start to put all the pieces together? Like, if you're out here schizo researching AI and going to the crevices of the internet like I am, like, this just sounds fucking A, realistic, and B, if I was the billionaire asshole who, does unspeakable things on Epstein's Island and already wants to kill everyone. This just sounds like the perfect plan. If anything, like, fuck, maybe one of those people will see this video or, like, similar content and be like, yeah, you know what, like, I hope Bill Gates and Peter Thiel don't play fucking Quake, because they're probably gonna be like, wait, write that down. That's fucking genius. But anyways, I could ramble on this topic for a fat minute and probably add more detail into this, but I just wanted to get this idea consolidated, and I'm just practicing with this editing software and this setup. I'm also pretty sure I recorded every clip except for this one off the laptop mic and not the mic because, mouth breather activities. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, because this has been stewing in my mind for a while. Honestly, if you can prove me wrong and, like, give me some hope, that'd be nice. I honestly would appreciate that. But, like, I don't know, man. It just seems like an inevitability. If not in this lifetime, then in, someone's lifetime. Just looking at technological advancement, the state of our leadership, the fact that evil mega corporations are buying out everything, and all the protests in the world and whatever, it isn't going to stop it. But, yeah, I wish you guys a good one. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my little shitty YouTube video, and more on the way. And we're only getting better from here. So if you fuck what we're doing over here, the subscribe button, the like button, all the default bullshit that everyone rambles at you, that would be pretty cool, bro. But yeah, all y'all stay safe. Don't let the AI overlords put a flock camera in your butt crack. Eat ass, skate fast.